After we do that, while we're doing that, he's recording us. And then as soon as that's over, we're just going to continue on with the pod like nothing ever happened. And we're going to
We're
have fun.
live.
I'm going to follow your lead.
Rock
Perfect. Follow your lead.
All right, we're gonna let people in. All right.
and roll. We'll get started.
Okay. All right.
All right. So Andrew, you guys are doing a podcast right after this, huh?
Looks official.
I don't know if you can hear us. Andrew, can you hear us?
I can.
Okay.
Oh, that ain't gonna work. How you doing?
Very good. Very
Good. Can
good.
you hear us
Big
okay?
day. Let's have Jordan talk so we can hear him.
Wait, yeah, you're gonna take these off. That ain't gonna work.
There we go. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Type in the chat hello if you're alive, if you're awake, if you're here. We're just getting started. We got 55 in the room, 12:01 Pacific time. We got Mr. Andrew and Jordan over there. Say what's up, guys.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
So good to see you.
All right. Okay. So today's going to be a big day. Andrew's going to introduce a very special person very soon, and you guys are going to learn a lot. So make sure you have your notebooks out, ready to take notes. And as always, water or whatever beverage you got, hold it up. Let's see what you got. There you go. Look at everybody staying hydrated. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Today, we're going to do a little bit of accountability, seeing where you guys are, seeing what kind of deals we got going on. I'm going to check in with some of you. And then we're going to talk about a very special way that you guys can start to build your network in order to build the deal flow that you guys have around you. And it's live because we got Andrew over here. He's currently doing a meetup in a couple hours here. So we're going to show that live and how we're doing it and show our strategy for how to build that out. And then Andrew's going to introduce our very special friend here, and he's gonna give us some game. Okay. So show me some thumbs up if you're ready for that. Rock and roll. So we got 75 of you on here. Congratulations to those of you who have been showing up every single day whenever you can, because you know every single day we're going over new things, you're meeting new people, and you're connecting with the right people. So let's hear some wins. I want to hear a win from Timothy. Timothy Pearson.
Timothy, what's up, brother?
Let's hear a win. What we got?
We got ourselves into a crazy rental situation with our minister. Long story short, we had the second eviction hearing today, and the judge found in our favor, so they got to be out by July 5th. So that's a win. He'll be able. He's already got someone ready to move in once we get it fixed. So that's a huge win. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's my focus for the last couple of days, getting that all taken care of.
Timothy, I know you got a lot of challenges going on, and I just want to say you're a good man, being able to be resilient through the process. And all of you who are in the process of getting deals, in the beginning stages of getting a deal, or in the process of closing a deal, you will have turbulent times, but we're here for you. We're here to show you kind of the way to get through it, and understand that you have right now 86 other people in the room going through the same situations as you. And it just makes it a little bit easier to know that you have other people who are here to support you, here to guide you through the process, and here also doing deals. That is what community is about. And that's what I want to talk about here. What Andrew's done is he's in Louisville, and this is our, I think, fourth meetup that we've done. And what we do is we bring together the community in person locally. So we bring together the agents, the wholesalers, the private money lenders, the people who own the title companies, the attorneys. We bring them all together in one place, and we hyper grow our network in one day, in a couple hours. So Andrew, let's talk about that. The idea of building a network, of building such a strong network and doing it through an event like we're doing today in person.
Absolutely. So it's good to see all of you guys. And I want to echo what Leo said. Congratulations. Day 11 of 60. And momentum has, not only has it not died down, it has actually just increased. We're climbing. I see we're almost back up to 100 here in a couple minutes. We'll be back up at 115 again today. Incredible, incredible show. So just want to commend you guys for continuing to show up for yourself. You know, it's not for us. We're doing just fine, but it's for you and the impact that you're having. And so thank you for being a part. Thank you to the mastermind community for continuing to show up and give energy and give your value in this community as well. And thank you to Jordan Pone, my amazing friend, one of our private money lenders, and we've known each other for many years. And so as I'm talking to you a little bit about this networking event here in the other room, me and Jordan and Craig and Rich from the mastermind, a few others are getting ready to be sharing with the room of investors all about connecting and networking and how you can get more money and more deals all from connecting. So we got a pig here. If you guys can hear that squealing, that's what that is. So
Do you really?
I promise there's a
wow.
little potbelly pig.
Is that Michelle?
Michelle, yeah.
The whole family's there. All right.
She's
That's what I'm
torturing the
talking
pig.
about.
That really is a pig.
It really is a pig, yeah.
He's not kidding.
So Jordan, tell us a little bit, besides meeting pigs and dogs and whatever other things we meet here, what's the importance of networking and coming to events like this?
I would say, and we have a bunch of new investors. Are these mostly new, experienced? A little bit
About a third new and about 2/3 experienced.
So we do everybody, experienced, non-experienced, and I tell every one of them, the people that I see that succeed and transact on a regular basis are everywhere. Andrew's everywhere. I'm everywhere. Craig DeSanto, who'll be giving the presentation with us later, he's everywhere. Being in and around real estate, whether it's me as a lender, Andrew as a mentor, whoever it might be, wholesalers, get around those people. Good things seem to happen when you're around those people. Deals will pop up. Your money will be there for you. I've done a deal at an event like this, after the event, and an investor like Andrew came to me and said, I need money. Harry, our title attorney, was standing there. The seller was standing there. We signed the contract, got the deal done in about 5 minutes. And if you're in and around those people, good things seem to happen.
That's powerful, because I think it's interesting. You know, I got caught up in that hustle mentality for several years, and it's good. You know, nothing replaces taking action. But I think it's interesting because what may take 5 days working alone in your office trying to get it done may happen in 5 minutes or 30 minutes at an event like this. And so you sponsor events like this, you speak at events like this. What's somebody on here? We have a lot of our mastermind members already, you know, stepping into their power as the speakers and educators they are. Leo's a master at helping people step into their power at new levels. So what would you say to somebody who's like, maybe I want to bring together some local people in my area, because people are from all over the country here. So what's your word to them, and how could they start that?
So I think I'm answering your question, but lead me a different way if I'm not. I always say, get your team together.
Yeah.
And here's what I think everybody on this phone call, here's your team. Mentor, check. You got these two guys right here. I'm sorry, what's his name again?
Leo.
I don't know Leo personally, but I do know Andrew and his brother, and we've given money to them. We've been friends. So you've got your mentor. Get your private money.
Let me interrupt you. By the way, Jordan is just so gracious. We're supposed to be at a podcast. He had something come up last minute. We had to shift the schedule around. So he literally walked in and I said, sit down, we're going live. So he don't know what the heck's going on. I just was like, you're going to talk to these 100 people. And Jordan, being gracious, says, I absolutely would love to. So anyway, keep going.
Wait, would love to. Love talking about real estate. You have to also have a passion for it. You can probably see that coming out of Andrew, and probably you can see it coming out of me now. And I I heard it out of you, Leo. You have to be passionate about it. Real estate is fun. So be passionate, have fun with it. It shouldn't be a job. So you got your mentor, get a private lender, hard money lender. If you get a private lender, make sure they have enough cash to do everything you want to do. We're not going to run out of money. We've got 18 million out on the street. We could put another 10 million. We're not going to run out of money. A doctor who can do 1 or 2 loans might run out of money. So I would have both: private lender, hard money lender, mentor. Have your bank. Banks are getting much more stringent on their guidelines. If you're going to do the BRRRR, which I'm sure you guys have talked about ad nauseum, you're going to need that bank to refinance out of your private lender or hard money lender. So that'd be number 4. Big one, contractor. If you don't have the right contractor, I can tell you we've done thousands of loans. It could be the same skill set for the investor. This guy's no better than this guy, but he's got a good contractor. It makes all the difference in the world as far as headache and to your bottom line. It goes quicker, faster, and they do it better. So it's easier on you and you make more money. That's a good thing. And then the last person is your attorney.
That's a big one.
It's a big one. We've got a guy here who literally can just go into his office, talk to him. Should I get an LLC? Should I get an S Corp? If I partner, how should my agreement look? Which areas do you see a lot of loans closing in? So that's kind of your 6-man team. So you've almost got it done just on this call. If you don't have the 2 types of money, I always tell people you could be the best investor. You could find the best property, 100 grand as a flip. But if you don't have the money, you're going to make 0 on it. Make sure you have the money before anything else, before you hire an agent. Mentor first, probably, but then get your money. Don't get an agent. Don't do your LLC. Get your money set up. You can't buy anything without money unless you've won the lottery and have $5 million yourself. More power to you. You don't need me or another hard money lender.
That's powerful. And the important part is that you said there, Jordan, is to build the team. And when you say team, not a big payroll, but surrounding yourself by the right people. And so, Leo, I know you just hosted a meetup in California, and every time we do that, there's always, especially if you're in the new stages of bringing some people together, there might be I made a video that I'm going to post tomorrow after this event is a massive success tonight. I made a video last week when I had 6 people registered to this event, and I told Jordan to come speak because there'd be 60 people here. And so I knew that there would be 60 because I knew you guys were going to show up, but 6 had registered. And so there's always those ups and downs of like, I don't know how this is going to go, and I'm okay with that. And so back to you, Leo, what is that next step for anybody on here wanting to connect up and connect with the local community that way?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest things to start to look at yourself as a node. You're someone who can bring people together. You're somebody who can attract great team members, attract money, attract opportunity everywhere to you. But sometimes you have to actually just put those words into play. You can nowadays with social media, you can put simply on meetup.com, hey, I'm doing a meetup. You can go on Instagram, you go on Facebook, I'm doing a meetup here. We're going to be talking about this. You could reach out to every private money lender that you know. You could reach out to every attorney out there that you know. You could reach out to all these people and just say, hey, would you be willing to come speak? I'm going to, just like Andrew did, I'm going to have 60 people here. Even if you only have 5 or 6, they'll
Let me preface that.
Leo, that works every time on me.
Every single time.
It works every time.
Let me preface that. I've done a few dozen events in my life, so I know I'm going to have 60. I've had those people come to me, come speak at my event. There's going to be 200, and I show up and there's 7, so that's always a little bit of a struggle.
Of course. And you don't have to put much money out there to do it, right? Here, we're utilizing some of our amazing friends, the Branch brothers, and they're graciously allowing us to use their place for this meetup. But that comes from the relationships that we've built with them over time. Same thing with you guys. As you guys just get into this mode of adding value to other people and building relationships, there's going to be so much opportunity that you'll be able to pull together. Okay, hey, I got the Branch brothers place. Okay, I got my 4 speakers here. I have a catering company because I sold her a house one day and it was just such a great deal. And now she's coming to catering the place. And then I have this sponsor that always wants to sponsor our stuff because they always get 30 new customers. You're just adding value to every person around you. And now you just become this person of value. And people know that you stick to your word, you do good business. When you come into town, money comes to town because everybody's going to be making money.
Oh, I like
That's how
that.
you want to
Money.
be seen everywhere you go. Okay. And I know these guys understand it. I want you guys to embody that.
That's amazing. I think the important thing is, and it all comes back to leading with value. And you guys have heard us talking about that so much. And we're going to be talking more tomorrow about your deals. In fact, I just done a live stream a moment ago off the cuff where I called some of your deals that we hadn't yet got to. And in doing that, my objective is to really continue to lead with value everywhere we go. And as we step into that, connections, as we step into new places and new roles, and you step into many of you being speakers and trainers and bringing communities together, that's a really powerful place to be. But it's not until we lead with that value, because otherwise, why would somebody want to show up at my event if they wasn't going to get value from it? So before we delve into paying cash for houses, we've been talking a lot about buying on terms. We're going to be talking a lot more about buying on terms. We've been negotiating your deals on terms. Chris Dickey, I think, locked up 2 on Tuesday. So let's go, Chris. Congratulations. He's going to be here tonight, by the way. And several more of you have been locking up deals. The reports are phenomenal. So before we delve into the cash, is there anything else we need to be talking about networking, Leo, before we delve into paying cash for houses?
I do want to. I see these two beautiful individuals that I think are a great testament to this because they started to blow up their deal flow because of their networking and because they started to just attract all this money to them, attract all these people, and they started to become that node that brings all these people. So I want to bring up Glenn and Carrie here, and I just want you guys to, discuss a little bit about what's been going on in the business and what has happened and what has changed.
Glenn and
Oh man,
Carrie.
network and partnership has blown up our business. Andrew, you're saying something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say Glenn and Carrie was mine and Leo's first kids ever. They're the very founding member of this mastermind we've built. So they're the Freedom Life family, the very first members who ever joined.
We're honored to be your kids.
That's
Yeah.
right.
No, but obviously being a part of the mastermind, investing in ourselves, taking great action. We've learned to network. We are surrounding ourselves with the best of the best. A lot of our team is our network is on this call. We're so proud to have them. Without them, we wouldn't be who we are. So we totally understand our network, who we're associated with, is insanely impacting our business. And talking about private money, Bev is on here with the hat there. She hooked us up. Got a call this morning, new private lender. So money just keeps coming to us. Deals just keep coming to us. We're building our team, having the time of our life. So Andrew and Leo are not lying. It can happen. Look, if we can do it, anybody can do it. Very, very easy.
You guys are incredible inspiration to everyone in this group. So thank you, Glenn.
You too.
We're honored. Thank you, guys.
Now, when it comes to private money, that's something Glenn has gotten very good at. Glenn and Carrie have really stepped into that. We was at the mastermind retreat, all of our Freedom Life family mastermind. We get together twice a year for 3 days at a mansion somewhere, Airbnb, and have an amazing time. And we're sitting around the pool like we do because it's really not even just a group of people, it's a family. And we're sitting there and Glenn's just sharing the challenges and their growth challenges. And I said something to him. I said, you need to go find a private lender. And I laid out a trajectory for him over 90 days to put into place. And he come back to me, and I got to give such massive credit because he just took massive action. And that's the difference. That's the difference between somebody who takes the knowledge and just sits there on hitting a brick wall for the next 9 months, 12 months, or someone who goes out and gets a deal and gets a check. So paying cash for houses, of course, it's very important to have the cash lined up. It's very helpful. There's private money lenders in the group. There's private money all around you. But let's talk to Jordan a little bit. $18 million out. That's a lot of money, by the way.
Yes, it is.
What do you look for? Let's say somebody on here says, you know what, I want to borrow money from Jordan. What do you look for in somebody, and what's important to you from a private lender's perspective?
So we may be a little bit different, but most private hard money lenders look for about the same thing. And it's not all about equity. A lot of people say, oh, hard money, if you got equity, they'll just lend to you. We do look at things like credit, but we don't have a minimum credit score. We'll look at your income, but a lot of you guys are self-employed, like myself and Andrew, and we write everything off legally. So it shows you don't make any money. We don't have a debt ratio requirement. We don't have any hard and fast rules, but obviously if you have no credit, no assets, no experience, you need something to compensate for one of those. So you have to have something. If you got 100 grand in the bank, I don't really care about your credit and your income. If you only got 10 grand in the bank, I care a little bit more about your credit and your income. And then for newer people, we will do subjectively. If somebody came and wanted to buy something for 50, totally got it and needed 150, we're subjective, probably too big for newer people. For Schlag, not too big. Like if Schlag needs money, he can get any amount he wants, and we'll go all the way up. We've lent out up to $1 million or more to one person at one time. So once the lender gets to be comfortable with you and realize if you have the skill set, most of them will lend a lot of money to you. We like to be your only lender. I don't want Schlag going anywhere else. I want to provide the best service. So when he's looking for money, he doesn't really have to look for money. And I would implore on you guys to do the same thing. Looking for money and not knowing if you have it when you have a great property might be the worst feeling in the world.
A lot of truth to that.
You got that 50 grand profit staring you in the face, but you're running around town trying to get 100 grand to fund it. Yeah, it's a bad situation.
It is bad. Now, something else is Jordan, would be, I guess, leaning on the hard money side of things.
Yep.
So Jordan would be hard money. So he charges, what, a couple points?
Yep,
whatever,
2 points.
2 points. And so I mentioned this because while Jordan is coming from that hard money perspective, and private lenders, is you hear me talk a lot about that, joint ventures, private lenders, all of that stuff. I love for you to hear Jordan's perspective because number one, regardless of what private lender you're presenting to, you understand what a lender is thinking about. And then also importantly, when it comes to having the money lined up, I want you to have multiple options because yes, you're going to have the local person from your church or the local doctor or the whoever that maybe has IRA or 401k or joint venture with you. There's going to come a deal and you need to close in 7 days and it's worth 300 and you're getting it for 75 because there was some title issue you're trying to get worked out that you don't know if it's going to get worked out until 48 hours before close. That's where you need to have every option lined up to make sure you don't miss that golden opportunity. That is the relationship part. Jordan and I may go 12 months without doing a loan together. And then out of nowhere, I may call him and say, hey, can you close something this afternoon? Not quite, but can you close something next week?
He might.
And so having that relationship is so vital. So for somebody else, man, this time flies by every single day. Please do.
Hard money is not always the right thing. And for us, if we will tell you, for example, if you have 20% to put down, there's no wholesaler saying you got to close in 7 days. Go to a bank. They're going to be more stringent on you and have more rules. But if you can take your time and you have the 20%, go for it. HELOCs are great. Lower your cost of funds. Like if you can get a HELOC, I would suggest that before borrowing my money. However, everyone on this call should have that approval in their hand from a hard money lender. Like Schlag said, just in case. If nothing else works out, your HELOC's maxed out, you don't have the 20%, you know you can get the money. So I tell everybody, get approved. You may not use it for a year, like Schlag said, but when you need it, That check's written,
Green.
you're closing in a week, you're not worrying about it.
Now, something important too, I want to mention, taking that step back. We've been talking so much about buying on terms, and we've been talking so much about not needing money. And I want you guys to always lead with terms. You're not going to get a better rate than no interest or 3% debt takeovers. So that's what I want the majority of your business to be. But when you're out there in the field, even if you're like Leo's in my business where we're 75% terms deals, you're still going to come across those deals where you need that funding, where you need to have that cash lined up for a quick cash deal. Now, you don't have to. You can build a whole business on terms and forget cash deals altogether. So don't get caught up in being like, ah, crap, another business I got to learn. But at the same time, when you come across that deal that is needing that quick cash and has that urgency, and they say, hey, I can't give you time to pay me off, but please take my $400,000 house for 200 because I'm going to lose it on taxes next week. You need to have those opportunities, which you're surrounded by in this community. And so having that is really, really important. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to worked out where Jordan's getting ready to be on our podcast. So you'll see that soon. And wanted to just bring him in as a special guest today to share with you guys how that part can work. Now, when it comes to sending you a deal, you being a hard money lender, what's something that they would look at as far as terms? Let's just say the deal I just described is $400,000 house. They're getting it for 200. They need to close fast. What kind of terms are they looking at with somebody like you?
Hey, if you do have that much equity, almost any hard money lender, I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth, would lend to you because there's so much equity in the house. We don't like to foreclose, but some hard money lenders do. When you bring a deal to us like that deal, that's kind of a gimme, but the only thing we need is a contract and your scope of work. Then you meet us at the closing table in 7 to 10 days. Our money's there. We do our own documents. Very easy. Private lenders can do the same thing. Just make sure you hook up with somebody who knows maybe a little something about real estate. And I know Schlag teaches seller financing. Man, if you can get seller financing, that's the best gig going.
Absolutely.
That is the best. Use that money way before my money.
You heard it from the hard money lender himself.
Don't use me.
That's awesome. So when it comes to lending, we have people listening from all over the country. We have people in California and Florida and everywhere in between. Probably about 25% of the people who are showing up here are from the Louisville area. So how far out do you go? Who can get money from you?
We go hour and a half. We've expanded our geographic footprint because Louisville, like a lot of the major cities, it's been beat up. You know about that, Schlag.
Yeah.
If you're in the city of Louisville, it's really hard to get a deal. So they're going out hour and a half away. Indiana, Kentucky,
Our community
E-Town.
didn't know it was hard to get a deal. They've been doing them in Louisville. We hadn't told them it was hard.
Whew, you guys have the right guy. Our guys are having a lot of problems. That's their biggest problem. They don't know how to get a deal. So they can't make any money if they don't have any deals. So if you guys are getting deals, man, you're one step ahead.
Yeah.
You really are
Powerful.
one step ahead.
And I think, there's something you said that I was being a bit tongue in cheek, and it's true. Several of our Louisville people here, as you guys are freaking killing it here in Louisville. And I think there's something special about not knowing that something's supposed to be difficult and just going out and doing it. At 21, I didn't know it was going to be hard to buy houses on owner financing. So I just went out and bought a bunch of them on owner financing. And so I started to try to buy in St. Louis. And for the first time, a realtor called me and she let me know it was illegal to buy sub 2 in Missouri, which it isn't. But it's the first time I knew that it wasn't supposed to be done. But it was too late because I'd already done like 70 or 80 deals. And so I think there's something really special as you guys are stepping into this. Our reality is constantly validated by those who are surrounding us. So we are about out of time. Tomorrow we're coming back. Before we take questions and answers, tomorrow we're coming back. We are talking more about your deals. I've been calling your deals. We've been having so much fun doing that. We just got a verbal agreement on one of Sterling's deals. Sterling, 13 years old, made his first calls this week. Way to go, brother. So we just got a verbal agreement. We've got to see if the numbers work because it is more money down than we wanted to put. So we got to have a conversation around that. But questions and answers. Who has questions?
All right. Well, I'm going to start off with a great win today. Jerry Owen says, I made an offer on 12 properties yesterday to 2 sellers. So great progress there, Jerry. We do have a question from Jerry. He says, I have an investor that got a bridge loan that is due in 2 months, and they cannot sell the properties they originally bought and rehabbed, which are cash flowing about $5,400 a month, but they are getting desperate. How can they be helped?
Oh, that's a good question. What kind of loan do they have on it, or do we know?
Yeah, do we know that,
Hard money,
Jerry?
private.
All good if you don't know. So I'm going to answer with the knowledge I have is number one, get in there and figure out how to buy it by taking over their debts. If there's 2 months left on the debt, get a purchase agreement, call the lender and ask what they actually want. If they want the properties, now we take a different course. But if they don't want the properties, they may very well say, yeah, we would love to extend the loan for you once you buy these properties. So immediately get a contract to purchase them. And now we need to go into the details. Is there good equity there? And Jerry, you're one of the guys when we make this offer for our cash flow to freedom training here in a few days, you need that badly because this deal, shoot, a couple of months of this will pay for your training. And there is so many ways to put this deal together and make it a massive win for you, but it's going to require a lot of moving pieces and several hours of somebody's work. So get the contract, get a good price as possible, and then go to work figuring out how to turn it into a profit.
Well, that was actually one of the ones that I was able to put under contract. It's I have it under an option. So I kind of, I wanted to get a little control of it, but not too much, just in case I had to pull out there. But yeah, I'd love to talk about how we can make that happen.
Awesome, brother.
Thank you, Jerry. All right. Next question here comes from Elena, and she says, what is a good option for seller financing? What terms?
That is an awesome question. There's 3 paydays on every deal. Think of these 3 pieces. Number 1, we want a good price. Number 2, we want a low monthly payment where it cash flows, where we can get more rent than what we're paying. Lots of balloons. Number 3, we want little to nothing down. So as long as 2 of those are good, in other words, if we get it for nothing down and a super low monthly payment, but we pay a little bit more than we want, we're fine. If we get a 50K off the price, but we have to put 20K down and there's not a lot of room on the monthly. So as long as 2 of those paydays are good or 1 is great, we'll do the deal.
All right. Question here from Tim, and he asks, is there a difference between an acquisitionist buyer and a dispositionist seller, or does the same person do both jobs?
That is 100% dependent on your team and your company. There's no reason a person can't do both jobs, but I like having someone trained especially to buy and someone trained especially to sell. It comes back again to how many deals you want to do.
All right. And one more question from Elena, and probably a lot of people asking this question is, how can I connect with Jordan?
That is awesome. For the low price of $1,000, we are going to release his cell phone number.
502-445-1011. Call me anytime. I can get you approved same day. Again, we close it up in a week. We funded a lot of Schlags deals. Do they know the Branch brothers?
Few of them.
Yep. The building we're in, we finance a bunch of their deals. We're fast, we're easy. And we've been in the game for, I'm old, 30 years now. So we know what the investors
want. So you started when you were 10?
Correct.
Wow. That's incredible.
Very smart. Whiz kid.
I'm good at math. Oh, this is awesome, guys. What fun hanging out with you all. We're going to be talking about your deals tomorrow. We got a whole bunch of other exciting things to do. Jordan and I are about to shoot an amazing podcast that you guys will soon see. Leo, what's the final things we should remember before going?
Absolutely. First, I want to give a quick shout out to, I think, 10 people on here. Brian, Beverly, Dolores, Elizabeth, Jason, Judy, Kevin, Chrissy, Larry, Maddie, Sean for having 100% attendance.
Let's go. That's
every
huge.
Single day. You guys.
Way to go, guys. Give them a hand.
If I miss some people, Erica and Sterling, did I miss them? I might have missed some people, but I just took a little quick peek. Keep showing up. Keep showing up, and we will continue to show up with 100% energy and giving you guys our all. So, biggest thing to remember is look at yourself in the mirror and understand that you can be a person that can attract so many people around you. And every piece of the business, every piece of all these moving parts you can have, you just have to believe that you are that person and start taking action there. And you being a part of this community will help build you up to be that person. So we'll see you tomorrow. We'll really dive into your deals. All right.
And we had a whole
Have I
bunch more
missed
with
you?
100% attendance, I believe. At least they're claiming it, so we're gonna believe them.
We're gonna believe you. I'll get you guys tomorrow. How about that? All right.
See you all tomorrow.
I'll
See
see you
some of you
tomorrow.
tonight.
Bye, guys.
Bye for now. How do you know